Hi, so this is the how-to for worksheet 207 gradient. All right, so what does gradient mean? So gradient is slope. And you guys have done slope before in math, so I just kind of want to review what that was for you guys. So in math class, you would have had some kind of graph, and you would have had 2 points on that graph, and you would have a line between them. So your job would have been to figure out the value or the slope, the value of the slope between those 2 points. So in math class, each one of those points would have had a coordinate pair. So an X and a Y. And you would have had to determine the difference between the rise and the run. So to do this, you would have had to take the values of the Y, so this, and you would have found the difference, so you would have subtracted them. And then you would have divided that by the x's, the differences in the x's. And so that's where we get the formula rise over run. So rise over run. Now, you also, once you all did this, one of the things that you also may remember is the y-intercept formula. Y equals mx plus b. And the value that we were interested for slope was m. So that's kind of a quick review of what you've done in the past in math class for slope or gradient. So again, these two words mean exactly the same thing. So in earth science, we're going to do some things pretty much the same way, slightly different, depending on the type of question, but it really is exactly the same concepts. We're still going to be doing rise over run. We're still thinking about coordinate pairs. We just have to be able to interpret the information a little bit from the question. So first of all, one of the things that I want to point out is that the gradient formula is in your reference tables right there. So it tells us that this is the change in field value over distance. So let's talk briefly about a coordinate pair in earth science. So very often we would have an X and a Y, and that would be a coordinate pair in math class. In science class, in earth science, these two, the X and the Y, are usually used for specific things. So very often, the X is going to be used as the distance, or the position, and that's usually still going to be reported in some kind of distance known standard unit. And the Y is going to be the field value, whether that be a temperature or a value, some kind of measurement. That's going to be your field value. So when they say up here, when they say change in field value, what they really mean is the change in the Y's, which is why the Y's are on top. That's going to be the field value. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take a look at how we read a question and identify where the numbers go in the equation. But it should seem familiar to you, even though it looks like a bunch of gobbledygook. You've done it before, so have that confidence. All right, so go to the next video and check it out.